Well, obviously, I think the first half was very good. We knew Vancouver, with the being a season opener, obviously at home, they'd come out strong. But I think we dictated the first half and had a couple of very good opportunities. In the second half, we probably just didn't withstand the 15 minutes that Vancouver had, and they got their goal. It was a wee bit disappointing because it was just a ball, and then we didn't pick up the second ball, and then and it resulted in a goal. And after that, we're probably chasing the game, and we've got a few new players who are having their first games, and they didn't really have the pre-season under their belts. So I think we're probably fatiguing at the end.
Okay, great. Questions?
Why the difference in energy levels from the first and second half didn't drive?
Well, I don't think it was in the finish. It was just I think Vancouver came out very strong for a 15-minute spell, and that's going to happen. We're away from home. It's their season opener. They're at some stage they're going to have a very good spell, and we probably got caught in between a couple of times. We weren't pushing the ball, or we weren't back in shape, and in the end, as I said, it was just a long ball, and we didn't really win the second ball. We got caught in between, and yeah.
Do you think maybe Nigel Reo-Coker's introduction in the second half had anything to do with their fortunes changing?
Well, Nigel's a very good player, so any time Nigel's on the field, it's he's a good player. Yeah, maybe. But in saying that, I think if we get out, if Terry puts away the header, it could have been a whole different story. But in saying that, first up away from home, I was really happy with the guys.
What positives do you take away then from maybe having the veteran play in the first half at times?
Yeah, very positive. This is to say this team's only going to get stronger. This is probably the this is the first game for Rob and Hogan and Ashton Morgan's just coming back from injury, so we had a few guys out there that didn't have the luxury of a pre-season, so we will only get better.
Did any of the injuries to guys like Silva play a factor in that?
Well, when you've got Fry, Caesar, Silva, Koovmans, a couple of others as well that potentially could start on your team, it doesn't help. But in saying that, I thought the guys that started out there were very good, and I say just a couple of little things that potentially could have gone our way. It might have been a different story.
How did you feel Kyle Becker handled the game?
I thought Kyle was very good. He's very good. He's I think he's one of Canadians' bright kind of stars for the future, and I thought for his first professional game, the ball really slowed down around him. He has a natural feel for the game, and I thought he did really well.
What about Robbie and Hogan? How were they in their debuts in MLS?
Yeah, good. They haven't had games under their belt, so I've thrown them right in the deep end. And for Rob to play, 85, 86 minutes was immense. When we could only think he's just travelled. He just travelled on Wednesday and then flying another 5 hours on Thursday. So for him to put out 80 odd minutes is fantastic, and Hogan as well. They haven't had the minutes, and the MLS is a different league. It's a different kind of style for these guys, and so they have to get used to it, especially playing on artificial fields and things like that.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Just gonna run through this.
Yeah, no, thanks.
How's it
Whitecaps FC head coach Martin Rennie, congratulations on the win. Overall, your comments on the match.
Thank you. I think it's very good to get our first win, first game of the season. It's always a little bit of a nervy affair. I thought in the first half we were a little bit scratchy in our passing and our technique. But in the second half we changed the system, we changed the way that we played, and I thought we dominated the second half, created quite a lot of chances, had quite a lot of pressure, and managed the ball well at the end of the game when we were winning 1-0, didn't give up a lot of chances. So overall, I'm very, very happy about that. It's an important win for us. It's a clean sheet, and it starts the season off very well, and hopefully sends the fans home happy.
Great. Questions?
Martin, Kakuta making his debut, he showed a lot of, showed some glimpses of his true potential. But did you get a sense that he was a little bit nervous at all?
No, I don't think he was nervous. I think that the issue in the first half was that we weren't winning second balls in midfield, and therefore we didn't have enough possession of the ball and create enough chances. And a player like Kakuta is going to rely on getting the ball, and you could see little spells of how sharp he is in the final third and how dangerous he is. But I was happy with his contribution. And with young players, you're going to get moments of good play and moments of bad play, and the fans and all of us need to be patient with that. But I was pleased with how he did, and he set the game up well for us in the second half to make some adjustments that made a big difference.
How much was Rio Poker's influence in the second half in terms of getting you guys a bit more organised in the way you wanted to play?
Yeah, it was very significant. I thought that he drove the team on. He won a lot of balls that we weren't winning in the first half. His weight of pass forward was very good, created some good chances, put some good balls in the box, and just generally he's got a presence and a confidence about him, a swagger about him even that wears off and rubs off on other people, and you have to have that to be a good team.
Are you not doing Jay?
Not yet, no.
What did you like about Brad Russin having to come in so early into the game?
I didn't like him having to come in, but I mean, Brad Russin's a very good player. I've said that a lot in pre-season. He's excellent in the air. He's a good passer of the ball. He's a good athlete, and I think that he can be a very good player for the Whitecaps. I've thought that for a long time. I've tried to get him to this club for over a year, and I think you could see today just how good a player he is. He won all the balls coming forward, and I was very happy with his performance, especially coming on. It's not easy coming on in the home opener under those circumstances after a couple of minutes. But he's a very cool, calm kind of guy, and it worked out pretty well for him.
Do you think Kenny Miller is going to be a little bit overlooked with all the new players and even Kofi scoring? He obviously did very well today, do you think?
Kenny, I thought Kenny did very well. He was the captain as he was in pre-season, and I don't think he'll be overlooked. I think he'll be a really important player for us. When you've got a forward running back to the corner flag against the full-back 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times in a game, then you've got someone who cares about your club, and that makes a big, big difference. Whether they have every perfect touch or not, it's very, very significant, especially when it's someone who's been there and done it. And those guys sometimes come over here to this league and don't show that kind of hunger and that desire, but when you see that from a player like him, it makes you very, very happy as a coach.
Talk about the timing of bringing Hurtado in late and what he brought to the team there.
Yeah, he brought good energy. He's got amazing pace. He can go past people. He was a little bit unlucky not to get a goal, but he also kept the ball really well in the corner at the end and wasted time, showed good experience there, and then a couple of minutes later showed inexperience by not playing the ball in the corner. So that's, we're going to have that a little bit as we teach our young players how we want them to play, but he's got fantastic potential. He's so strong, so fast, so fit, can go past people, can create chances, and he's always going to be one that the fans like because he's exciting in that way.
Martin, we haven't talked about the build-up to the goal and Kofi's finish.
It was an excellent goal. I mean, the interplay was very good. 1-2s created the chance, and then the layoff from Kobayashi was of a very high standard. Perfect weight of pass, and an excellent finish from Coffey. And that's what we're hoping, is that our midfield players can contribute by getting goals. Coffey did that towards the end of last season. He started off doing that this season, and that's the missing ingredient, I think, for him to be a top player.
Is that something fans can expect to see?
I hope so. I mean, I think he's been doing it more consistently since midway through the season, and if he can keep doing that, then we'll all be happy.
Okay. Gary, did you have a question?
Mark,
No, I
can you just talk about the decision to start Joe?
Yeah, both goalkeepers have done well in pre-season. We just felt, as a staff discussed it, we felt that Joe had maybe just done just a little bit better. He's obviously been a number one goalkeeper for a long time. He has that experience. He's been in the opening day many, many times, and he knows how to handle that kind of pressure. And we just felt that it was right to reward the quality of his play in pre-season, and get him getting a clean sheet and looking comfortable was good for us today.
Given the way Brad Knight did finish the season, how difficult was that decision?
I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, I think Brad will be playing for us at some point this season. Brad will be involved as well. I'm sure Brad's a very good goalkeeper, and both goalkeepers are good. I think sometimes people analyse it when it's the goalkeeping position, but we had tough decisions throughout the team. Some very good players didn't even make it on the field today, but they'll all contribute over the course of a season. It's a very long season, and this is a great way to start it.
Do you consider not starting Jay Martin, or do you just kind of go on his assurance and just going to get him on?
Well, went with the medical staff and with Jay and just went with their advice on it, and it's one of those things where it didn't quite work out the way that we would have hoped.
Obviously you need to wait a day or so anymore to find out exactly what's going on. How much concern right now do you have for the staff?
Quite a lot.
How far away is Johnny from getting his position?
Not far. He should be here pretty soon.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you. Locker rooms are open.
All right. Yeah.